want to do a couple of CD giveaways to celebrate my birthday this month.
We do.
Yeah.
I'm Johnny.
And I'm Julie.
And we are
Parsons Passing Through.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, maybe. Today we're going to talk to you about our month of March. This is a new series we started last month where we just go over everything that we did, ups and downs, ins and outs, and all of our expenses. We're not going to go in great detail about expenses, but we are going to give you sort of the overview of what we spent: diesel versus campgrounds, propane, food, that kind of thing, and repairs. So come along and let's talk about it. We don't have our coffee though. We're going to call it a coffee talk without our coffee. Is that okay?
If you say so.
Okay, so we started the month out in South Georgia. We started out in Magnolia Springs State Park, and we've already posted a review of that. And Magnolia Springs was pretty cool, all except Johnny had an issue that started there and is just now starting to resolve.
Yep, it's been over a month.
What was that?
I don't even like saying the word. If you've ever heard of somebody that said they had gout, or if you've had gout, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Some cases are not as severe as others. When I eat pork, I'm beginning to believe that my body, I'm allergic to pork, because every time I eat it, I get an outbreak of gout. And so I've got to stop doing that, stop eating so much beef, red meat, and I'll be okay.
So since he had gout, before he ended up with the flare-up, which came on quick, he was able to go paddle boating with us. We were able to hike a little bit there in Magnolia Springs. But then after that, me and John, we kind of took over, and we were able to get the tour done, and we were able to go visit the History Center. And and so then we moved on. From there, we went and saw Captain Marvel, me and John. And Johnny had a ticket, but he wasn't able to go. And that was in Statesboro. And then we were able that weekend to go sing in Lyons, Georgia. We sang at the Blue Marquee. And then we sang over in Santa Claus, Georgia, which was cute. It had a little themed town where everything was named after Christmassy type things. Good morning, guys. We are coming to you from about to be Santa Claus, Georgia, and it's telling us to turn left onto Reindeer Drive because we are singing at the chapel in Santa Claus, Georgia. Y'all, we was looking for our church, and there it is. See that little bitty chapel?
Yeah, it was so small we thought it was a house.
We thought it was a house. That is so cute. It's Santa's garden. Hey guys, here we are. We are at the Santa Claus City Hall there in the background. And we're actually going to be singing a couple of songs here at the chapel in Santa Claus, Georgia. And so, yep. So this is really cute. If you are coming anywhere near this area, you should make a stop here and look at it. Take a peek and take some pictures. See the wheelchair? Yep. Johnny is having to do a wheelchair today. We sang in the little chapel there, and it was pretty interesting, pretty neat little place. And so then after that, we went and sang in in Girard at Corinth Christian Church, at Elvis's church.
Yeah, the pastor there is an Elvis impersonator.
Yeah.
And he's pretty good at it.
Yeah, he is. And so we went to Santa Claus's chapel, and then we went to Elvis's church. So that was pretty cool. And then we made our way on to South Carolina after that, and we stayed at Barnwell State Park, which we just posted the review of, and we stayed at Sesquicentennial, which you will be seeing that video Tuesday. So we're going to try to do the tours on Tuesdays for the most part. So you'll be seeing that Tuesday. But anyway, it was pretty cool. And then we left there and sang in South Carolina at the music hall there in Darlington, South Carolina. Had a really good time there. You know, just went great. So afterwards, and you're going to be seeing a video of this, we went and did an overnight drive from Darlington, South Carolina to Jackson, Georgia.
Right.
And I'll be putting a video up of that so you can kind of see a day in the life of the Parsons Redeemed
Right. So we
on concert night.
Saturday night at the Darlington Music Hall in Darlington, South Carolina. And then we drove overnight to Jackson, Georgia, and was there to set up at 8 o'clock Sunday morning.
Yeah, we were pretty tired. We
And
sang
so
2 services that day.
By Sunday night, we sang again for their second service Sunday night, and then by Monday we were wiped out.
Yeah, we were, and that was when John went to work.
But John went to work the next day with our friend at the cabinet shop.
Yeah. We did the overnight drive, and we were able to come back to Georgia. We left out on this trip January 17th, and we returned to Georgia March 24th. Actually, 23rd in the middle. Well, it was 24th, 3 a.m. in the morning. So some of our family came to church, and we got to see our grandkids and our son and his wife, and it was just a really good day. And so then that next Monday was pretty eventful. We ended up, our van broke down. And so we went to take John to meet a guy for work.
Yeah, which I knew that was coming.
The van broke down. It's been having issues, but hey guys, so yeah, we went to this morning to take John to go work for a friend of ours so he could earn some money. And we were trying to remember, you know, when you stay gone and your car's parked, you just tend to forget what kind of shape it was in. We knew it wasn't in great shape, but last night when we were on the way back in the RV into Georgia, we said we knew something was wrong with the van, but we just couldn't remember what. And Johnny said, yeah, it'll remind us when we get in it. Well, it reminded us, and we broke down today at the, we were on our way, and so we broke down. We ended up getting it to a Napa nearby there, and did everything we could for it to try to get it back going. It's a serpentine belt came off, and power steering pump issues, but we couldn't, and so we ended up having to have it towed.
Well, the pulley on the power steering pump presses on.
Yeah.
And evidently it worked itself loose and come off. And so it presses on, so you couldn't put a bolt in it. I don't know.
So now we are in my parents' car. We borrowed it, their van. And what do you do when your car breaks down? Actually, today we had planned, because we haven't really had a date in like 3 months. So we had planned to go do that, and we didn't get to do that. So it's now, I don't know what time it is. It's like probably 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
3 o'clock.
So we're going to go do a date anyway. We're waiting around to go pick John up, and so we're going to go to Dunkin' Donuts first and upload a video for you guys that'll be coming out. And yeah, so that was our day. You know, we went all around in Florida and South Carolina and South Georgia, Alabama.
Hey.
What?
Go ahead and say it.
And nothing happened, praise God. And then we get back to Griffin, Georgia, get in our little van, and it breaks down, and it was $130 to have it towed. Hey guys, so it's about 5 days later, since we
Early in the morning.
It's early in the morning. We just dropped John out. He's working with somebody at a cabinet shop today. He's been working all week. So that's a good thing for him. I'm going to switch the phone up so I can... Okay. So, anyway, but we came here and we're just sitting in the Publix parking lot and thought we'd give you guys an update. Johnny, I'm actually going to let him tell you what all he had to do. I know the last thing was he was working on the van. We broke down, had it towed back to my parents, and I'll let him take over from there.
And we had it towed, and then we got it back to her mom's, and I had the bright idea that I was going to fix it myself, which I did.
Yeah,
I fixed it. Praise God. But you know what? It's the power steering pump in these Grand Caravans, Dodge Grand Caravans. This is what, 2001?
2000.
2000, and man, it is a booger. Yeah, because it took me a day to get the old one out, and then so I had it out, and then I was putting the new one back in, and you can't get it with the wheel pressed on it or on it. It presses on. You have to buy it separate, so we bought it separate.
Then you have to go back and get...
Yeah, and so then we wound up having to go to an auto parts and rent the tool.
O'Reilly's.
O'Reilly's Auto Parts. They rent tools out, and what you do is you pay... we paid like $35 and rented the tool, but when we took it back, they gave us a refund. They gave us our money back.
Yeah.
So that was a good thing. I didn't know about that. The guy at Napa told me about that because he didn't have the part for me to buy. But anyway, I wound up getting the pulley. I put the pulley wheel on my new pump, and I couldn't get it in the hole. And the hole is about that big around for the pump to go up into. And I could not get it on there, so I had to take the wheel back off. And put the pump in the hole, and then put the wheel up in there, put it on the pump, press it in the hole. So it was a major job.
Okay, so the last thing we did this month was a vendor event for my business that I do, and so it was held at Harley Davidson in Noonan, and the camera, I was using the camera on my iPhone, and it was weird, but the camera did this weird high-pitched noise through all the videos, so they were unable to be used. If you know why it did that out there, if you have any explanation for why it just did that and it hasn't done it since, hasn't done it anywhere else, just a high-pitched noise in the audio just at the Harley Davidson place. So if you happen to know why it might have done that,
we saw,
comment down below.
We were actually had a friend of ours there, and her little girl went live on her Facebook page, and they didn't have a problem with their audio. Yeah. So we don't understand why our phone messed up there and nowhere else.
It's almost like it was the audio was scrambled or something. I don't know. So, but anyway, we want to talk to you a little bit about our expenses this month. We actually did pretty good on diesel, considering that, we did that whole overnight drive. We drove from Savannah up to South Georgia, up to Statesboro. Then we went on over to South Carolina and then did all the way back to Georgia. And we only spent $300 in diesel. So for the whole month. That's a good month. That's a really good month.
But that's partly because we've had a fuel leak on our generator, and we've got to get that fixed.
Yeah, we spend more diesel when we use the generator. So anyway, we spent $362 on camping and lodging. We pretty much stayed in campgrounds the whole month of March, all that we could. We would boondock at it. Well, not really boondock. We would park at the churches, plug in, that kind of thing on 110. So we did spend more this month on camping. We spent $362 camping. Our biggest expense for the month was food. It was, well, when we bought a few musical things too, but we spent $648 on food. That's eating out and groceries. So I don't know. A lot of people spend a lot more than that, but I'm a cheapo person, and I don't like spending too much on food. But
yeah, when we eat out and spend too much on food, I'm to blame.
He's to blame.
Which I guess you can tell by looking at me.
I think food is a
boy.
love language, y'all, and I think it's his love language. So. So anyway, we had some unexpected expenses in March, and with the van. The funny thing was, we traveled all around in that RV. Praise the Lord, nothing broke down, except we have that generator issue that we are going to get that fixed.
Yeah, I'm hoping I can fix that myself, because the guy that I've been having to help me has had surgery recently, and he's not able to work on anything, I think. Then the other guy at the other shop pulled his shoulder while working on a Detroit engine, and so he's out. The guy said he's out of work for quite a while with that.
Wow.
So now I'm back to square A when it comes to needing a mechanic to help me. So I think I'm going to try to attempt to fix the fuel line. Yours truly.
So, like I said, we did all that traveling whenever we were in the RV, and didn't have to spend anything big on repairs, but we came back to Georgia, had the van issue, so we ended up spending $280 on repairs and parts. So, and then we actually bought propane, so we spent around $50 on propane. And how much did that get us?
Well, it just about filled it up.
Just about filled it up. And that's going to last us probably a couple months at least, especially since it's not cold anymore.
It was actually a good price. How much was that?
It was $2 something. It was a really good price, because usually it's like $3 something.
Which it was South Carolina where we got that propane.
Yeah.
So sometimes the propane is cheaper up there than it is here. Yet, you know, and the diesel is cheaper in Tennessee than it is here in Georgia. So
everything's cheaper everywhere else but here in Georgia, pretty much.
Which Georgia is where we are right now.
Georgia's, yeah, and that takes me to what we're going to talk about next is what's going to be coming up in the month of April. Okay, so the month of March, we are local here in Georgia for a couple weeks, and then we're going to be headed up to Tennessee. And by the way, the month of April is a very special month. Why?
Well, guess whose birthday it is?
Avengers Endgame.
It's Julie's birthday, the month of April. So, yeah, so we're going to celebrate all month long.
What was that post you made?
That I'm accepting dinners, gift cards, and gifts all month long. But actually, I think we want to do a couple of CD giveaways to celebrate my birthday this month.
We do?
Yeah, let's do that.
Wow, okay.
Let's do that. So, yeah, I think everybody who comments on this coffee talk will be entered to win one of our CDs. So just comment, any comment. Well, okay, not any comment.
No, not a thumbs down.
A good, positive comment. A constructive comment. Not a destructive one. Will get you an entry to win one of our CDs. So go ahead and comment down below, and you'll be entered to win a CD this month to celebrate my 42nd birthday. Yeah.
Wow.
So, anyway.
Like it ought to be 22nd, don't it?
Oh, you're so sweet. But anyway, so yeah, we're going to be going up to Tennessee, just north of Nashville, to record vocals. And we're going to be doing 3 songs. We want to do a whole album, so this is where you can help. If you would like to donate towards our album, you will also get a free CD as well.
Right.
So anyone that donates toward the album, I'm going to put the Patreon link down in our comment section. If you donate this month of April, you will get a free CD as well. Okay, actually, if you donate $50 or more towards the project, we'll give you our current CD, and you will also receive one of the new CDs when we record it and get it finished up.
Right, but now there's a catch. The CD, the new CD, you won't receive until it's completed.
Right.
We're not going to complete that until we have the funds to complete that. So we don't know when that will be, but it will be.
It should be this year. Sometime, hopefully in the next month or two. Right. Okay, so we will be up there in, I think it's Gallatin, Tennessee, doing that. And then we're going to be in Crosby, Tennessee for Easter. And then we'll be headed back down to Georgia to be local for a couple of more weeks before heading out again.
Now, if you're in those areas where we're going to be singing, you can check our website out. And those dates and times and addresses are posted on there. So come on out and hear us singing. Yes,
I've got our schedule posted on Gospel Gigs, and then I have a link on the website to Gospel Gigs. And if you're on Facebook with me, you're going to be getting regular updates as to where we'll be. Right. So we'd love to see you guys come out to a concert and meet you. So, I think that's about all we have to talk about this month. It's been a good month. We felt like that the trip we went on in March and February and January was a very successful trip. A lot of seed was sown. We believe a lot of lives were changed. And we're believing that the Lord is working and He's moving in the lives and hearts of people. And we're expecting great things this year, guys. Right. In our ministry and the things the Lord's called us to. Okay, so when we were at Magnolia Springs State Park, we met this awesome group of young people, and they actually serenaded us and sang some worship, and we just want to clip that in. They are from Rincon Church of God, right, John? Rincon Church of God in
R-I-N-C-O-N, I think.
R-I-N-C-O-N, Georgia. So go check them out. Obviously, these kids are being raised right, and it was a great experience.
Stronger than the power of the grave, constant in the trial and the change. One thing remains. One thing remains. Your love, 'cause your love never fails, it never gives up, it never runs out on me. Your love never fails, it never gives up, it never runs out on me. Your love never fails, it never gives up, it never runs out on me. Your love. On and on. And on and on and on and on it goes. Yes, it overwhelms and satisfies my soul. And I never ever have to be afraid. Just one thing remains. Your love never fails, it never gives up, it never runs out on me. Your love never fails, it never gives up, it never runs out on me. Your love never fails, it never gives up, it never runs out on me.
If you're still breathing,
there's still hope. Don't give up.
Your love never fails, it never gives up, it never runs out on me. Your love. On and on.